Hey guys, I'm Morthadon, and we are back for Clone Wars Season 7, Episode 1. So, following the chronological order, we just watched 5, 6, 7, and 8, and now we are jumping back to 1 to watch 1, 2, 3, 4, and then we'll be jumping back to 9 through whatever is left. But yeah, so we are here for 1 after finishing 5, 6, 7, 8. We just followed Ahsoka's journey with Trace and Rafa. It was a good little story. I just finished the episode 8 a minute ago. As I said at the start of that one, I am watching 2 back-to-back this time. So, yeah. And Ahsoka left with Bo-Katan to go after Maul, apparently. I don't know if we're going to be following that story at all, or, like, are we going to go back to it at some point, or is that just another goodbye for Ahsoka? We move on to something else? I have no idea. But yeah, I say we just jump into this and see what we got going on. We're going to start here, guys, in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, now. Embrace others for their differences, for that makes you whole. Damn. Damn, Trench. I'm doubting myself. Was Trench the spider guy? Or was Trench on our side? I'm sorry. I might have, Hmm. Hmm. Damn AI learning. Huh. Did he feel like there was supposed to be more? Hmm. Damn. All our boys! What? Oh. Are they somehow getting those plans from Echo? Tim, I'm trying to remember what episode that was with Echo. I bet we saw it, right? We know so many clones now. Just seeing the subtitles pop up their names. Oh shit. Jesus. What? The Bad Batch. Okay. Didn't we... Oh my god. They seem pretty cool. We had Heavy and Five's group call themselves Hunter. Damn. Shit, what'd they just call him? Tech. Crosshair. So bringing in a team that's a little more chaotic and not, like, fully on the battle plan menu. Yeah, wasn't it our Fives and Heavy group, all of them, back in their episode where they called themselves, like, the Bad Batch? But I think they weren't, like, that wasn't, like, a name. I think it was more just saying, like, we're a bad batch of clones kind of thing, rather than actual nickname like these guys seem to be called this. Wrecker. Be some shit if they just got shot down and all died immediately. Be like, alright, well, next batch of clones. Excuse me. Wrecker's crazy. I love him. He gives me, like, Brick vibes from Borderlands. Well, they did crash, but they're alive. Strong boy. Let's go. Oh my god! Really? Jesus. Oh my god. Is this what... Is this... I said this last time about the Bad Batch. I was like, are these guys who the Bad Batch is about? But then half of them died. So... Is this who the Bad Batch show is about? Just a big shield? And yep. Just gonna bum rush them. Nice. Man, it's so fortunate that he caught it. Damn. So fortunate that none of the shots are going through the little cracks in between. They're definitely unorthodox. Jeez. Nice. That's one way to handle it, I guess. Frickin' Wrecker. There he is. Okay. Damn. That's pretty crazy. Like, being able to sense things from, like, a certain distance is one thing, but the whole planet is kind of wild. Also, I hate those creatures creeping in the background that we've seen a few times. Yeah, I was gonna say. Damn. I mean, they do have a point. They don't need the aggression, but they were called in for a reason. They know all of Rex's plans. That was the whole point, right? Just wiping him out's easier than going around. Alright. Just bum rush him, baby. Did they just leave Wrecker down there? Cool. I like the detail of the glass breaking for like the missed shots. Oh, the backup coming. Yeah. Alright. Not a drill. Sorry, droids. Nice, you have Crosshair doing what he does best. Now that I'm getting so close to the end of Clone Wars, I might start... There's a channel that I watch do reactions. And they've, I've held off watching their reactions to Clone Wars because I was so far away from finishing. But now that I'm so close, I might start. Probably by the time I finish that or catch up to where I am, I'll be done. The whole reason I brought it up was because I don't know how far in the Echo episode is, but might get to see that eventually. Especially if they find him alive here. Could be really cool seeing that episode again. I know I could always just find that episode and watch it. Well, just kick open the door, why not? I like how the camera is, like, with them, like, as a part of their group for, like, the angle. It almost feels like we're, like, right with them. I know I say camera, I know it's animated and whatnot, but I just like the way that it was shot. The way that it was perceived for us. Oh no! We're behind you! Oh boy. Oh. Is it Echo? Hmm. Is it him? Somehow? Oh. The droids are a little slow on the uptake. So many of, like, watching these Clone Wars episodes just makes me want to play a video game. Oh, CT-1409. Is that him? I can't remember the numbers. Alright. We need Crosshair to get our ride. There he is. Goodbye. Hmm. Uh-oh. He's not happy about that. I guess if that's where all his battle plans are coming from, he's gonna be in a pickle. Hmm. Okay. I hope he's alive. Oh, alright. Cool. Cool start to a little arc. That is it, guys, for episode 1. Yeah, I was saying there at the end, now that they tease the idea that he's alive, and then they might have proved it without showing us, sometimes they like to pull the rug out from under you in shows like this when they do that. Is he really alive? Or is he gonna be like a head in a jar being like manipulated for his battle plans, and he's not really alive, but they're using his knowledge, right? So I'm not gonna get too excited that we get like Echo back. Honestly, I do remember Echo, but he wasn't like, Fives we went on like a whole arc with. So, and like Rex we've had a lot of, Cody we've had a lot of, um so it's like I do remember Echo, but I feel like I don't have as much of a journey with him. But it would still be cool for him to be alive. I'm trying to remember which episode it was that Echo like died in. Um I don't know. There's not too many episodes left. I doubt I'm gonna spoil myself too much. Clone War. Oh, this is risky. This is really risky. Maybe I'll ask. I have a buddy who uh I can ask on Discord, and he can tell me which episode, and maybe I'll go skim the episode to remind myself. So I won't be able to remind myself for this discussion, but maybe I'll talk about it at the start of the next episode if I remember to talk about it. Since I recorded ahead, it might be like over a week before I record again. Um, but yeah, bringing in the Bad Batch, that was kind of cool. I don't know if they are the actual Bad Batch from the show Bad Batch. I imagine we can't have too many characters named Bad Batch, but they seem like they're very like, they gave me like Suicide Squad vibes. I don't know if it's because they had like a sniper, someone with like good aim, which is like, reminds me of Suicide Squad with Deadshot, and we have Crosshair in this one. But it seems like they're like a bunch of mutated clones in different ways, except I guess Hunter has more of like a superpower-esque thing rather than being too visually different, other than just having like longer hair and face paint on and stuff. I think he's just like the traditional clone design, right? But Tech, Crosshair, and Wrecker are all like pretty unique for the most part. But yeah, I thought that was really interesting. I like the idea of like the enemies have come to like know our battle plans. Like even if it wasn't for Echo, they could just learn over time of like the way that these clones usually fight, and just bringing in some like chaos into the mix can really, really change things up. You know what? It actually just made me think of. Oh my god, this was so long ago. Back when I was younger, we played a shooter on the computer, a PC game shooter. Oh, wow, why can't I think of the name of it? Oh, damn, I can't think of the name of it now. But maybe it'll come to me at some point. But either way, like, most people play the game, like, and they expect to play the game as just like a Call of Duty kind of thing, right? Where you're just in like a death match against people, and you're just going and shooting people. But me and like, it was like 3 or 4 of us, we all made new accounts on it, and we decided to name ourselves like Knifer 1 or Knife 1 or something like that, and we all picked a different number, and we just ran around and we would only knife people. Oh man, the game's was just on like the tip of my tongue, the name of it. But we would run around and we would knife people, and so like the kill feed would be showing up on the right, and it'd just be like knife 1, knife 3, knife 4, and we actually got pretty damn good at it. And it reminded me of this because I think people were so used to everyone just running around with guns. That's what they expected. They weren't like prepared to handle like a group of people running around just knifing everyone, you know. But yeah, man, that shit was really fun. Either way, yeah, so I like the idea of like just breaking up the strategy a bit by just bringing in these like chaotic characters who are just gonna, handle things in a much different way than you're used to. It's pretty entertaining, I will say. So I wrote down at one point like you can't predict crazy, so I felt like that was like that was like a good summary of that. Man, in the back of my mind, I'm still trying to think of the name of that game, and I just, oh man, it was like on the tip of my tongue for like a couple seconds there. But either way, Wrecker's a lot of fun. Like I said, it does remind me a lot of like a little bit of like a mix between Brick and the Torque, I think it was his name, the explosion guy from Borderlands, where like he walked away and he was like boom, you know, and like then the explosion happened behind him. That kind of reminded me of Torque, but then a lot of it was like, oh, did I miss the fun kind of stuff. Like a lot of it just gave me Brick energy from Borderlands. So they definitely seem like fun characters, and I feel like I could probably enjoy a show that is based around that squad, if that is what the Bad Batch show is about. So kind of fun. But yeah, with the potential of Echo being alive in some way, or at least them extracting the battle plans from him somehow, it does worry me that he's like on repeat just saying his number. Either he was tortured so much that his like mind is a little bit like bleh, you know? So he does just like he's sitting in his cell just like CT-1409, CT-1409, you know, just like messed up like that. Or if it is like I said, where he's like not really alive, but they like kept him alive enough to be able to like manipulate some thoughts from him. But anyway, yeah, so very cool stuff. What else? I mean, I guess we had like Rex kind of thinking about our crew, the original people who called them. It's kind of funny how we brought the Bad Batch in, but we also are like kind of talking about the original crew that called themselves a Bad Batch. And I remember back in that episode with you know, Fives, Heavy, I think Echo was there too, right? All of them. There were others. I can't quite remember all of their names, but yeah, like seeing or like having them all be brought in the same episode that they're bringing in, like I guess the real Bad Batch is just really funny. But I guess they were just like a little off, a little different from like the normal clone group. But these guys are really different. So I wonder if they were like referencing like back then when they called themselves like the Bad Batch, or like were like the Bad Batch or whatever. I wonder if that was supposed to be a reference. Like, did they at that time know about this group? I'm not sure. Kind of interesting to think about. And they were just kind of like referencing that, oh, we're like these guys, you know? I don't know. But yeah. Other than that, some cool, like I mentioned it during the reaction, but just some of the camera angles and the way that we like I said, I know it's not a camera, I know it's all animated and everything, but it felt like there was like a camera in their group moving with them through those hallways. It's not the first time we've seen that, but it just felt really smooth the way that we saw it, and I liked the way that it was handled in this one. We could take a look at, did D. Bradley Baker do... I can't imagine D. Bradley Baker did all of the Bad Batch characters, right? So D. Bradley Baker did Admiral Trench, Clone Troopers, and Computer Voice. wait. I guess if they did have it like over the computer saying CT-1409, I guess that would make sense for D. Bradley Baker to do that. But did D. Bradley Baker do like the muffled stuff too? It always makes me like interested when they do voices like that, and like, or not voices like that, but like noises like that, and someone needs to like voice act them, right? I thought that was like really it's always interesting to me, like those grumblings. Did like you have to do those, or did they just, you know, computer generate that noise, right? Where it's like, it almost sounds like a human, and I was like, did that really sound like a human? But either way, wow. I mean, there's no separate voice section for the other characters, so I think all of them Dude, D. Bradley Baker putting in work. Did D. Bradley Baker have to play Tech, Crosshair, Wrecker, and Hunter as well? Dude, he had a lot of work to do this episode. Playing all, like... I mean, really, there was... What? There was... The battle droids came into droids, super tactical droids, Mace Windu, narrator, and Anakin. Other than that, every other voice in like the Anakin and Mace Windu was the very beginning of the episode, only like the first minute or two. Narrator was obviously in the beginning. So really it was just the droids and he did Trench anyway. So really it was just the droids. Like other than the very beginning with Anakin and Mace Windu, we had the droids, and then D. Bradley Baker did every other voice in this episode. It's so funny to think about. That's great. Oh, man. I thought maybe, like, Wrecker and some of, like, maybe Tech as well could have been, like, someone a little different, but no, D. Bradley Baker just putting in work. Unless for some reason they just didn't list it here, or there's, like, another page of voices, but it doesn't look like it. It looks like this is the whole list, and then it moves on to, like, original series casting by Lindsay Halper, you know, but anyway. That was a lot of fun. I'm looking forward to following this story more, see if we get Echo back, and do we get him back in one piece, or is it just going to be, like, a tragic thing, but maybe we can at least, like, put him out of his misery if he is there, like, suffering in some way. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed, and we will catch you next time. If you want to see more, you can get early access on my Patreon. Link is in the description below. Should be popping up on the screen as well. And I will catch you guys next time. Bye-bye.